What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. At Amazon, Kindle, and CreateSpace. A link will be in the description box below, as usual. This video is entitled What Non-Blacks Try to Ignore. I think it's a lot of cognitive dissonance. In my opinion, people who aren't black always have these, like, black people are always in some way part of their universe, right? And here's the thing. They have a lot of non-black people who have a lot to say as far as the American dream is concerned. But all of these other groups' American dreams is partially centered around the fact of benefiting off of our people, our history, our ingenuity, our struggle in this country. So the irony of it is all these non-blacks are trying to play games, and say they're not playing games. Like, when it comes to people who are not black and who are not white, 1 minute, they want to benefit off of civil rights and affirmative action. And the next minute, they want to say, oh, you black people are this, that, and the third. Now, how come you people never stood up? And then what I mean by that is, and even currently, when something happens to your people, you want black people to come up and stand on the front lines and fight the man and fight the power for you. But then you say, when something happens with us, why are y'all out there rioting in the streets? Why are you out there causing a problem? You people need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But see, here's the thing. All of you non-black people, y'all never pulled yourself up by your bootstraps. All you non-black people benefited off of black people in some way, shape, or form or fashion to get ahead in life. Y'all, not one of your communities, not one, has benefited from your own struggle individually. Now, and I'm just calling a spade a spade. We already know white people didn't benefit from pull themselves up by their bootstraps. We already know that. And everybody in America's excuse is that happened a long time ago. But nobody says, do they still benefit from all of those things that happened a long time ago to this day? The answer is absolutely yes. Do they still perpetuate the things that they were doing back in those days to gain an advantage over black people? The answer is absolutely yes. So, you're not doing anything by your own ingenuity, your own sweat of your own brow. You're not pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. And this country is, like I said before, built by us, but for everybody else. Right? Add the Hispanic community. Same thing. They're, besides Cesar Chavez and the farmers, that's still an offshoot of the civil rights movement. Whether you like it or not. Because when people think about the civil rights movement, people think about the 60s, Martin Luther King. People forget about all of the stuff prior in Jim Crow, Underground Railroad, like it's, slave revolts. They just, we just gonna start at the 60s and hitch to that wagon because wasn't nobody trying to hear all that stuff. Now, don't get it twisted. Like, the Mexican-American War, they should have lots of heroes. But even with that, what was it? Jasper Younger? That's black people. John Horse, black people. So even with their fight for independence and Cinco de Mayo, still has black people involved in that. So they benefit off of us. Not, don't get it twisted, but John Horst and Gaspar Yonke probably wouldn't be able to be there if Mexico wasn't like a free place in the first place. So I say that not necessarily free because it's already conquered because it was Spanish. It was the difference between Spanish colonies wasn't doing what American colonies were at that time. Asians the same thing because there was no need for a white Martin Luther King, Malcolm X type figure, Frederick Douglass, Huey Newton. They don't have none of them type of figures. Hispanics don't have any of them type of figures. Asians don't have any of them type of figures. To this day, everybody doesn't. You pick a group, they don't have them because they were all benefiting from black figures. Whether they were even to the point where people would get involved and then get out. Like the criminal aspect of the stereotype of black criminality, that's everybody benefits from. It's already been proven that the government, particularly the white part of the establishment, started the drug trade in this country. It's already on a governmental sense. We're not gonna, but it's already a known thing about Italians, Irish, Jews, and regular white people. Criminal history that is always cheered and praised. It's always cheered and praised in America. It's all right to be a murderer, drug dealer, bank robber. If you're white, it's the American way. But look at them black people, right? So that's how they get covered. Hispanics, that's how they get covered. Look at them black people, but who's manufacturing the cocaine, the weed, the heroin? Where is it? Hispanic countries, right? But look at them black people. You benefited from not being looked at as a criminal like that. Asians, same thing. Middle Easterners, same thing. Arabs, same thing. All of you people act like y'all like we don't know these things. Come on, it's common knowledge, but everybody's playing this game together. Like everybody look at the black people, but if something happened to me, call the black people to help us. But them black people need to pick themselves up by them bootstraps. But even when we have our children in classrooms together, your children know how to manipulate this society to benefit off of black people. If the kid's smart, use them. The teacher's gonna think you're smarter because you're not black. They're gonna let you pass. They're gonna help you out. If you ain't get in trouble, blame it on the black kid and let them get it on their record. We know this already, right? It's part of society. That's why everybody. But the bad part about it is for you, all you non-black groups who do this, is because everybody points the finger at the black people in the black community. All you non-black people do this. But when people ask you what's going on in your community, I don't know. Oh, but you think we don't know? You really think we don't know? That's why y'all communities are crumbling now. See, the news can't hide all of the criminality of white culture anymore. And to offset that, they try to blame it on us, but here's the problem now. When you compare white criminality to the black criminality, it just don't mesh well. Because you got people actually doing criminal stuff. And you can't find a black equivalent. Not the exact same way. No, you got to manufacture extra parts of the story and spin it. But you other groups, you don't have to manufacture this stuff with. So what you think finna happen next? All your dirt finna come out. All your criminality about to come out. All your dysfunctions about to come out. Same thing with the Amara La Negra thing, right? This, even though I ain't into the Breakfast Club like that, them playing with her about her color. But here's the thing: wait until it comes out about her and her Hispanic friend that's Latina that crossed her anyways because she's the black one. It's gonna have a whole another conversation about that. The people just skipped over the Vicente Fox thing on the Breakfast Club too. And it's like, man, the government is a drug kingpin. I'm just saying. All these other countries. We keep talking about sex traffic, like the Me Too movement and Time's Up, sex trafficking and all that. Watch what happened to that Middle Eastern Arab community. Watch how quick they turn on y'all. We've been knowing what y'all been knowing for years. It's public record. People just try to make everybody's dysfunction classy for the world, but nah. Your Asian crazy sex fetishes, y'all coming up. We're gonna blame all this on hip hop culture. Hip hop ain't got nothing to do with y'all triads and yakuza. That's y'all culture. And wasn't no black people in y'all gang life, in y'all drug life. None. And them guys be tattooed up, and they murderers, they killers, they drug dealers. I mean, I understand you trying to not emulate that culture, but the problem with our hip hop culture is we're emulating y'all criminal culture with gangster rap, not ours. Because y'all get to get away with stuff. Black gangsters don't get away with shit. And because all of you other non-black people are accustomed with getting away with stuff, that's why y'all try to talk to us the way y'all do. Y'all just walk up on us like y'all gonna do something, knowing that us as heterosexual black men, we ain't scared of none of y'all. We know all y'all punks. We know all y'all just trying to feel some type of way and, I'm a man. We know if we slap the taste out your mouth, you're gonna cry and call the police. We know what kind of fake men you guys are. But the world's about to see it. Because y'all have for years lived this out where, all you people need us for something because you never stood on your own 2 feet. Either we're your savior, we're your scapegoat, we're the brains of the operation, we're who you want to lowball so you can get paid. And, so you can play middleman and genius, but you don't do nothing. Y'all groups of people are lazy. Very lazy. And then you call people like my people lazy because we're not going to do your heavy lifting because you want to get paid for us doing your heavy lifting. But we don't know this, right? And the same adversity this country's financial situation is bad. So now when everybody's financially on the same level, what are you going to say? It's not black people's fault that this country is trillions of dollars in debt. It's not black people's fault that y'all destroyed the financial system. It's not black people's fault that there's a 1%. It's not black people's fault that people healthcare have been exploited. People are drug addicts. No. Because we didn't do none of that. So who you gonna blame when you gotta look in the mirror? How you gonna pick yourself up by your bootstraps when you actually gotta do it? Because because if you have most of you non-black groups notice this, we're slowly pulling back from helping all of y'all. Y'all don't help us. Y'all ain't looking out for us. Y'all ain't there for us. Y'all always want to play friend with us to get it for your own agenda. So now we're going to let y'all stand on your own agenda. Let's see how y'all do it. And every time, and what happens more and more and more, you freeze, you fold, because you can't stand on your own feet unless somebody black is holding your hand. Just saying. We out.